granniopteryx, granniopteryx. She knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello. This came in the Daily Mail. Tehran's embassy in London calls on Iranians living in UK to sacrifice their lives for the regime, sparking national security fears. What do you mean sparking national security fears? They've been a national security for years. This isn't sparking, it's a slow burning fire, and it's been going on in this country despite the warnings from all sorts of people in the know that this is a dangerous set of people. There's a huge Iranian, supposed to be a radio facility somewhere in London. It's full of security. You stand outside there and there are a couple of black-clad heavies out asking you what you're doing, watching them. It's just awful. We know that there's a serious problem with Iran here. I made a video about the so-called charities that Iran are supposed to be running, and they all have links directly back to Tehran, some directly back to the Supreme Leader, whoever he is right now. I don't think there is a Supreme Leader now. I think he's dead, or, as good a vegetative state. And what's going on is the IRGC has taken control of the country, using the Supreme Leader as a sort of figurehead, a cardboard cutout. It's a bit like what happened to the Roman Empire with the Praetorian Guard taking over after they got too much power because the emperor was afraid of his own people and gave all that power to the Praetorian Guard. Anyway, that's another matter. Tehran's embassy in London has urged UK residents willing to die for the regime to sign up to an official martyrdom programme, sparking national security concerns. Consulate officials posted a message encouraging proud Iranian compatriots residing in Britain to register for its Jan Fada, or Sacrificing Life scheme. And they're absolutely open about it. If the Israeli embassy was telling all Jews in Britain to go blow themselves up in cinemas or whatever, there'd be national outrage. And yet Tehran is asking Iranians to do the same thing by the looks of things. And there's this article here. I don't see a collective intake of breath. I don't see a lot of comment in the BBC or those sorts of organs. It's just incredible how we are allowing this viper we're taking this viper to our bosom. I did make a video, I might try and remember to leave a link for that, about the charities that are actually not charities. They're just fundraising and organisational groups which owe their allegiance directly back to Iran. Some of them, at least one, to the Supreme Leader. We don't know who the Supreme Leader is, but it's most likely the IRGC. It asks for all brave and noble children of Iran with a desire for the people's defence of the land of Iran to come forward in a display of solidarity, loyalty and national zeal. So they are telling us that there are Iranians here who are being asked to commit acts of terrorism, murder and disruption in this country. And what's the government saying about it? Nothing at all. Now, it's sort of interesting how our government seems to be somehow in hock to the Iranian regime. You get nutcases talking about our government being in hock to Netanyahu, But it's far more obvious that we're somehow in hock to Iran. I don't know how, but how can anyone be allowed to put that out in public without all of them being sent straight back home overnight? I mean, if a Russian diplomat is caught spying, he's on the next plane out. Well, what's going on here? The regime launched the Jam Fada campaign last month, and this is the first I've heard of it. And a spokesman for the embassy claimed it does not promote any form of hostility. What? They're saying, give your life, sacrifice your life. Chillingly, the post in Farsi on the embassy's official telegram, it's a telegram message, read, "Let us all, to a man, give our bodies to be slain, for it is better than giving our country to the enemy." They are addressing people living in this country and telling them they have to die for Iran. Here, well, how else are they going to die? But in some sort of hostile circumstances. And apparently, Australian police are investigating a similar recruitment drive from the Canberra embassy. While Iranian security experts warned the Daily Mail this is a significant security threat. Oh, give them a cigar! What amazing deductive abilities they have. They're saying it's a significant security threat. It's a clear and present danger. There's a huge Iranian radio station or something. Hang on a minute, I'm going to find a picture of it. Yeah, found it. There's this huge Iranian broadcasting station for Press TV. That's what's inside here. That's what it looks like from the outside. Can you see it's got some sort of security net over the roof? Look at it. And it's being guarded by the British police now because they say they're under threat from people who don't like what Iran is doing. It says here they created a mini fortress in London and people can't get anywhere near it. It says here they have steel barriers and patrols. It is. It's a mini fortress. And our government are allowing these people to do this. And by doing this, I mean they have this fortress which it's not just a broadcasting station. That's obvious. It's some sort of a relay station as well. And apart from that, there's this. This is Roger Macmillan, former Director of Security at Iran International, UK-based dissident news channel, says it's horrific, the fact that this is on UK soil. Yeah, well, I'm glad I agree with Roger Macmillan here. This is an attempt at radicalisation online of people who could be persuaded by the regime to commit acts in support of the Islamic Republic in the UK. Why are they here? Patriotism is from faith. This is the translation. To inform the proud compatriots residing in the United Kingdom in order to realise the concrete will and national desire for popular defence of the land of Iran. That's a load of bunkum as well. It's not the land of Iran they're defending. It's their own corrupt regime they're defending. And register in the Sacrifice for the Homeland campaign to display a manifestation of empathy, loyalty and national zeal in a unified form. Hereby all brave and noble children of Iran are invited to consciously participate and register in this campaign. Oh, terrible grammar as well. Consciously to participate and register. Never mind. Undoubtedly the harmony of the hearts of Iran. Oh, what the hell. And this is the Iranian embassy here. Scotland Yard has been contacted for comment as members of the diaspora called for action to be taken against the Iranian embassy in London. There are, I don't know, something like 10 million. I may be exaggerating the figure. Just a minute, I'll check that up. How many Iranian exiles are there? Okay, around 4 to 5 million Iranian exiles out of Iran because they can't live in Iran. Literally can't live. I suppose this is Macmillan again. Yeah, this is a significant threat to security and our whole way of life. So here we have a situation where a foreign government is asking for Iranian nationals, obviously not the dissidents, but Iranian nationals, and there are plenty of those. If you've ever seen the Al-Quds Day March, you'll know how many of them are. And there was, hang on a minute, I'm going to look for something else. Here we are. This is the Matam celebration. So all these people are going through a Shia ceremony, which is mourning the death of Ali. And look. These guys aren't dissidents. They are devotees of the Iranian regime. Every single one of them that you see here is being called by the Iranian embassy to sacrifice themselves for the sake of the Iranian regime. They're being quite civilized about this. If you look at the if you look at the ceremony as it's performed in Iran, the men are generally bare-chested and bloody because they're whipping themselves with they really are hitting themselves with chains. So here you have, it's not just that there are Niak Roubanis around who despise the regime. There are these guys as well. And every single one of these is a prospective terrorist, at least in the way they've all been called to that by the Iranian regime. What are they doing here? You know, I'm speaking as somebody who has children. Living in the big cities in Britain. And a couple of them in London. And this is going on. Dr. Nader Fallah from the Iranian Human Rights and Allies Group warned this is a wake-up call for Britain. Wake up! We should have woken up years ago, or at least the government. I've been talking about this for a while. For Britain to finally prescribe the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. Yeah, well, you can prescribe them, but you've still got these guys here. And even the kids, the little boys, hitting themselves with chains. He said this is utterly unacceptable and deeply alarming. Yeah, give this guy a cigar as well. We already know the Iranian regime has been targeting individuals in the UK and beyond. This is just the latest, most brazen example of that activity in plain sight. This kind of messages is not benign. Oh, yes, smell the coffee. The Post directed sympathisers to the Iranian Foreign Ministry website where they could sign up to the Jan Fada programme through its Mihak system, or whatever that is. This is the official consular service platform every Iranian must use if they want anything from a passport or ID card to getting married, registering the birth of a child, or selling property. This is what Sir Keir Starmer finally pledged to prescribe the IRGC as a terrorist organisation in the King's speech last week, which would bring Britain in line with the US and Canada. But he has yet to introduce the legislation, despite growing evidence of Iran's involvement in attacks against the Jewish community and Iranian dissidents in the UK. Now, look, first of all, this government has a record of saying they're going to do something, like the grooming gang inquiry, which still hasn't been set up properly. There's been some desultory toe in the water sort of stuff, but nothing really of any import. And they promised they'd do proper investigation, and they haven't. And now they're saying, the Keir Starmer's saying, they're going to prescribe the IRGC. Yeah, well, they can say that, and then they don't do it anyways. I have no confidence in that. Despite growing evidence of Iran's involvement in attacks on the Jewish community and Iranian dissidents. Well, we've seen, I think, recently an Iranian dissident there was some sort of attempt on his life recently. This is happening quite a lot. And the Jewish community thing is a bit different, you see, because Jews, this is where this whole thing, I don't like, it's not that I hate Jews, I just don't like Zionists, where that whole argument falls apart, because they're blowing up ambulances in Golders Green. This has nothing to do with Zionism. It was a Jewish charity. They owned some ambulances. They gave their services to all of Golders Green, irrespective of the religion of the person calling for them, and yet it was blown up, and there was an attempt on the synagogue nearby as well. It's got nothing to do with Zionism. It's an attack on Jews. Now, I'm mentioning this because, you see, when the government doesn't do anything about this, it makes us as a country complicit in this. The lack of movement for this particular sort of atrocity just makes us all guilty. And that's how the Iranian government is trying to get at us, by making us guilty and drawing us in to their argument. But it's not going to stop there. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody keeps telling me it starts with the Jews, doesn't ever end with the Jews. Well, it starts with Jewish ambulances being blown up. But now, as you can see, it's going to end with non-Jewish ambulances and possibly other types of medical facilities being blown up as well. And our government has been pretty laid back about this. Not just the Labour government, by the way, but the problem has become more obvious now. A spokesman for the Iranian embassy in London said Iranians around the world have always cared deeply about their homeland and the protection of its territorial integrity, and they always will. Yeah, but it's not their homeland that the Iranian embassy is asking people to sacrifice their lives over, is it? It's the Iranian regime, a murderous terrorist regime which kills its own people as readily as it would kill anyone else. Right, well, there you are. This is what the Iranian regime does. This is the result of the Iranian regime's imagination. And this will be the whole world if they get their way. And our government is letting them do it. Till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.